And we open with a dive kick.
So where were we?
Something something Libra Legaeth, something something Scarlet Breast. Now we're exploring the underwater cave with the soul, the shard we had to grind for because this game's excellently designed.
Oh, yeah. It has been a while since I have played and seen this game in action. So,
Same. I've been busy with a certain project.
just hadn't had the time to do this, and now that we have, it's a great time for us to just start all over again with our commentary, because, oh God, we started like a couple hours ago. Alright.
This is the Japanese version, which is better than the dub in a lot of areas.
Dub's fine, it's just silly.
I just wish the dub had Miriam also impersonate Zangetsu.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see her actress try to do that Solid Snake voice. That would have been great. Or maybe it is, I just missed that dialogue. Because there's a lot of just weird, like, flavor text dialogues in the hub world.
Especially things about, like, Zangetsu giving you hints for, like,
Yeah.
just random things.
Here's an arrow that gives you a very cryptic clue about the next boss. Is it anything useful about the next boss? No, it's the next boss. It's the fact that it exists.
In order to proceed, you have to fight a boss. Ow.
I got a note sent by an arrow from Zangetsu. What does it say? To defeat the cyber demon, you must shoot at it until it dies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Miriam just stands there, like, silently.
And she goes, great.
Oh yeah, this is a good spot to grind for healing items because those chests give you fried fish, which heal a good amount of HP.
I forgot
Although if you're-
that does damage, I guess?
Although if you're like me, you'll get so much gold that you could just casually buy max potions to the max. Oh, swordfish. Sadly, it's not actually hitting people with the swordfish. It's just a wooden... Not wooden, but just some funky-looking katana.
Yeah, it's weird. I was excited for it, and then it turned out to just be a sword. I thought we were going to play some Power Stone. I don't wanna. This is my sassy pose.
My tits could break through any trap, you fool.
Miriam, she's been putting ideas in my head.
Are you sure that's Miriam? It looks like Bloodless to me. It's a trap he laid for me because he's evil. I swear on my tits that I myself am not evil.
As a human with the ability to teleport.
Miriam's like, I forgot my line.
There's a demon spilled out.
It was an accident. It was a bad one.
私たちの仲間が恨みなんてとっくの昔に忘れましたわ。私は再び悲劇を起こさないためにロガイスの書を回収したいだけ。分かったわ。私も協力する。ありがとう。
The hat
私もあなたを
just makes you look like a different
全力でサポー
character.
トしますわ。
I have now been designed by Eureka. Did you notice?
Is there anything else here? Oh wait, I think I remember.
You can grind these enemies to get the Whip Mastery Shard. You know, that excellent weapon type that you would just absolutely benefit to be a master of. I still find it funny that whips suck in this game when in the 8-bit games, Miriam used a whip.
Ow.
So yeah, the prog rock album cover elemental enemies are kind of annoying.
Yeah, no, they are super irritating.
I really wish like game designers would grow past having flying enemies go out of bounds where you can't reach them.
Yeah, just clipping through stuff so where it's just like, well, you gotta go around this wall in order to hit me, and then by then I moved on to another room. Or just attacking you from out of bounds. It's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Symphony of the Night is guilty of that, but Symphony of the Night was like PlayStation.
Oh yeah, you know, that was the start of an era. Right, yeah, so there's just randomly a doppelganger fight.
Because a lot of Metroidvanias had one.
The shard you get from this is super niche, and I never found a good place for it. Also, I barely remember this fight because I don't think I've ever died to this.
I just killed her before she got to really do much. We actually get to see this fight now because the player is going for style over damage output.
Their build has
Actually, no, the
broken.
Yeah, the player's actually not using the umbrella anymore. I guess after that Alfred fight, they kind of realized there's diminishing returns on the damage output.
Right.
Yeah, I know she can do Rakuzan because I jumped over that and proceeded to break the game all over her.
The game's got a little filler to it, but it definitely, like, not a short game.
I'm pretty sure you could speed through this game. I just need to figure out how with all the RNG involved.
Well, of course, you can speed around a lot of games, but yeah. I'm just saying, like, the content it's pretty good. Ow.
Rakuzan. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't had like an indie developed fighting game yet, and then they just licensed Miriam and Shovel Knight because of the way how indie like stars tend to like appear in other games.
Oh yeah. Well, I think between the first time we started recording and this session, they released DLC for this game.
Yeah, this game still gets support to this day.
Also, nice clip into the wall doppelganger.
Yeah, some Princess of Light or whatever?
Yeah, some weird thing that, like, I've never heard of, and it'd been, like, I think a couple of years since our last update.
Yeah.
And then just randomly, they're just like, here's a new playable character. It's from some... What was it? It was something weird, like, it was a Steam RPG from, like...
By Ubisoft.
Yeah, yeah. It's like from the director of Far Cry or something.
This is the longest I've ever heard the boss music,
Right?
and I'm now appreciating just how inspired it is by the Symphony of the Night main boss theme. I'm not saying that as a complaint or an insult to the player's skill, mind you. I kind of appreciate that this is a thing, because I can actually, like, experience what the bosses are doing instead of my usual habit of making things as broken as I possibly can.
They're very definitely taking this slow on purpose. Because
They're showing off the game.
Yeah.
Child of Light, that's what the game's called, not...
Right.
And the character's name is Aurora. Also, she kind of has her own mini story in that the NPCs actually, like, interact with her differently.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen much of it. I just saw the trailer, and it's like, you play as a character who grows, like actually ages up over the course of the game, like as you level,
Yeah.
I guess.
Which I think is as it kind of is in the original game.
Right.
Also, she has, like, all these summons and stuff like in the original game. She honestly looks really interesting to play. If I ever get back to that game, I'll be looking forward to trying her.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, the extra characters in this game, pretty fun.
Yeah, I didn't get it far enough with Bloodless, but he's interesting.
That was a dying pose.
Yeah, she strikes her, like, you know, hold up pose for death. It's weird.
So, yeah, she can soul body. Or Army of Self. I haven't used that ability very much.
It follows behind you, so you have to, like, be creative and actually getting it to hit anything. I don't think it copies, shards either.
They saw the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure tandem attack combos and were like, we need to balance this.
It's a PvE game.
We need to balance this.
They were so scared of it.
Giga's like, you don't know what it's like to be caught in Vanilla Ice's loops. Now we have spiked breasts. This in conjunction with the gold augmentation shard.
Oh, yeah.
That should have been an alternate ending in the game where, like, Miriam's like, you know, I have all this gold, I'm just gonna buy the castle. Miriam, you've done it. You have saved us through real estate.
I'm gonna say she's gonna be like, get out of my castle. You're evicted.
Alright, demons, I'm evicting each and every single one of you. Also, I'm evicting you too, Dominique, because frankly, I just don't want to talk to you.
What about a little orphan girl?
She could stay.
Oh, the freaky long-armed lady.
She could stay as long as she doesn't stay anywhere near me when I'm sleeping.
Oh yeah, the crafting. I'm like kind of slowly remembering how this game actually works. In a while.
Yeah, there is lots of crafting.
I think we've talked about the mechanics to death, I'd hope.
We did.
If there's anything I've forgotten, I don't know it.
We have explained the crafting in depth.
There's
Including
too much of
the really weird dismantling system,
it. Yeah.
which they wanted to, like, include the Alcahest stuff to make absolutely sure that you can't break it. But if you have gold augmentation, you can just buy all the Alcahests you want. And then you no longer have to, like, really grind materials. Just candles.
It is such a... No, there's still, plenty of materials that, like...
Well, yeah, materials from items that you haven't discovered. There is
Yeah.
that. But that's probably the only practical way to get, like, orichalcum or gold, is to, like, farm for those items and then use alkahest to dismantle them. Because you're more likely to get the items than you are to get, like, the 1% orichalcum drop, or what was it again?
No, something absurd, yeah.
Yeah, some of the crafting materials are stupidly rare.
And you can increase your chance of finding them, but like, it's still like tedious as hell.
Yeah.
And you need like so many of them. Hell, I mean, to make your shard like the strongest it can be, you need to get 9 of them.
Yeah. And it requires the gold as one of its crafting materials, which, again, not an easy thing to get.
Oh, yeah.
So here's Ow My Eyes, the stage.
I love that it's not just like a big castle. They like where they like stress the definition. It's just here is just like a place, just a very weird place in Earth.
Oh, there's an even weirder level
Oh no, I know, yeah.
near the end of the game. We'll get to. Oh, it makes me question how big this castle is.
The first time I entered this room, I got knocked. I got hit by that Minotaur at the bottom of the that jump, knocked into the lava, and died instantly.
Ow. You see, when I first entered this room, I rubbed my eyes in agony.
Yeah, no, you're not kidding. This place is fucking bright.
Too much glow, warm light.
I don't recall that bell gong going off in the fucking music constantly.
Oh, I remember that because it's so silly.
A little obnoxious, damn.
I like that this player is just completely loyal to the Bloodsteel. Even though they're using, like, better weapons now. I just say this because that dragon shard is actually kind of good. It is basically, it just screen nukes the screen with a claw swipe.
Oh yeah. There's quite a few shards that are just really fucking good.
Actually, that dragon was used by the Doppelganger Miriam.
Yep. I use
Which
that one a little bit. It's really good.
I didn't know that the Doppelganger could do that, because again, by that point, yeah.
Oh, this is fun. Thanks for this.
Again, game designers, please don't let your flying enemies go out of bounds.
Oh, and you can't get the item either. Nice.
Okay, these are the enemies that drop the Augment Luck shard. When playing this game, yeah, you're going to want to get that all the way up, because it'll make the rest of the grind a lot easier. Oh wow, and the Shadow Copy does not do a whole lot of damage either.
Nope. And it drains your mana the entire time that you're using it.
I mean, they had to balance that, but not the actual, like, casting shards.
Yeah, balance is a little weird.
I love that, like, as far as projectile shards go, even, like, that bubble shard, the bouncing water balloon shard, that is, like, the first offensive shard you get, is actually really useful when fully upgraded.
Yeah, you gotta put some time into it, but it becomes pretty good. I think that, like, one thing I'll give this game is it kind of has the, well, I always consider it like a Pokemon thing, where it's like, you like, have so many different things to upgrade on so many different of the collectibles, but, like, you do get, like, rewards for doing it, you know? Like, most of them you will notice, like, this thing actually is really good now that I've upgraded it.
Yeah.
So, like, it has, like, a good, like, a thing to grind for, basically. Like, if you're a completionist, it's got a ton of stuff for you to do. Ugh, what the fuck?
It's kind of like that ring from Symphony of the Night that, like, fucks your defense but gives you a lot of attack strength.
I didn't see how much attack it was giving, so I just thought it was just like, here, all your stats suck now.
Oh no, just your defenses.
Ah.
I think it was 42 before. At least against that enemy. Fire levels, they love to rack up damage to your HP. This player's trying some interesting tactics.
Yeah. I mean, the game allows you to do it, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, in case we haven't mentioned it, those books allow you to craft more things.
Recipe books, basically.
Yeah. There's such a whiplash seeing how mimics are in this game and how mimics are in, like, the Souls games, where if you try to open a mimic box, it basically swallows you and kills you in Dark Souls, but in here, you take 1 damage.
No, I think we did 1 damage to it, because we were running by it with the spike armor.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because I think these things hurt, but, like, yeah, they're not quite as, ridiculous as Dark Souls.
That was a cut, I heard that. Also, here's this boss. I actually get to see if it does things now.
Yeah, this is one of the list of bosses that I just don't remember, because, like, I beat him too fast when I fought him. Oh, this was, I know I've mentioned the guitarist shard, probably by now. The one where it's, like, it's just a lady that, like, you summon, she just kind of sits there and shoots fireballs in an arc. Like, it's, like, prime material for, this boss, because, like, he's, you know, on the ceiling, so you just summon her, and she just starts spitting in his fucking face.
Me, I also just had water balloon pinballing all over the place. Even if it's not optimal, I do appreciate getting to see all of, like, these different things I've never actually tried.
Right.
Because I've only been using, like, the best things I've got. It does make me kind of want to go through this game in a non-grindy fashion, try to, like, speed through the game.
And there's also just, like, just different things that are good. It's actually a game with a lot of choice, I find.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing about it, too. It's like, unlike, like, older Metroidvanias, where, like, shards and stuff get power crept, you never really feel like the power creep between shards in this game, because all of them have their uses.
Yeah.
I guess Portrait of Ruin is kind of, every sub-weapon and spell can be mastered, so all of those have uses. Like, fuck, you can throw pies at the Richter Belmont memory and kill him quick.
Right.
So this boss doesn't really do that much, even if you do take your time against it.
Yeah, they just kind of, like, we need a boss who does the new mechanic. Well, there he is.
For what's supposed to be like a pile of skulls, it's strangely adorable.
Yeah, it's just sort of a bone thing.
Oh, that was the spike armor. For a moment, I thought that tail contact damage actually only did 1 to Miriam. I love that the spike armor can critical.
Yeah, I love it can crit and then do no extra damage.
Oh shit, it has a kaiju laser.
Don't
Oh,
remember
it's
that.
not a kaiju laser. There's no explosion trails. Never mind. Man, why can't it just vomit up its own blood and instantly destroy you?
I mean, I want Miriam to be able to do that. I don't want the boss to be able to do it. Really lingers on that one.
It's supposed to be an attack? It's like I saw the kaiju laser coming and I was expecting the explosive trail. I'm like, this is gonna be cool, and then it's like, oh, it's just a really easy to dodge laser.
Didn't have a sound.
Man, I wonder why I can't play as this boss in the main game. Or the boss revenge mode. Oh, hey, we're doing Gurgoth strats.
That was like that made sense whenever it was upside down, but when it's right side up, that's kind of lame.
It's really bad peripheral vision. This is probably the one boss I can see myself getting the medal for.
Yeah. Oh god, the moves.
So this is the point in the game where it's like, okay, I have so much traversal option right now. What do I do next?
This is a neat feature, but also kind of annoying because you end up using it a lot and you have to watch the animation every time. It like adds up.
Yeah.
I Shovel Knight recolor.
There's something about, like, having a recolor of a guest enemy.
It's something. It feels like the whole armor set is like kind of its own thing, and then Shovel Knight just happened to kind of fit into it.
Yeah, Shovel Knight's more likely an edit of it.
Yeah.
Imagine opening a treasure chest and having a diamond and then some silk. It's like, what fucked up pirate had this booty? Hark, give me all your fucking silk.
I mean, it'll get you a little bit of experience in Sea of Thieves.
Imagine griefing another player just to steal their silk.
I suppose I've done pettier things in that game.
I got your silk, I'm gonna teabag all over you now.
Couldn't even begin to tell you what weapon that was.
Don't remember either.
Ow!
We can throw spears, which pretty good.
No spear. Throw a spear.
It is a light and fire type sword.
You have very little of those red shards.
And it comes from King Arthur lore.
Then we hit all of our silken diamonds down here. Also, the background has just become supernova.
I did it. I found the treasure on this map. Sees one diamond covered in a bunch of silk. Can't believe the player was able to find that secret. I never would have guessed that wall was something weird. Oh, God. That waterfall of eye pain.
And now for something completely different.
Oh, good. My eyes can heal.
I forgot that actually led over here. I thought that was just the other area.
So yeah, the screen nuke dragon soul shard thing, and this one giving you what will potentially be sometimes negate your MP costs. Good combo.
Yeah, that shard is a favorite of mine. The one that reduces MP costs and then sometimes makes it free. I want a macaroon. I don't know if it's poisonous, though.
Don't you just hate it when you're like trying to groom your cat and then all of a sudden it just spits poison at you as you pull the brush near it?
Awful. The worst.
I will say I do like the way the cats actually do the whole warning thing with the paw swipe,
Yeah.
where they hiss at you and then like, yeah, that is really cute. I imagine Alfred would have a cat that spits poison.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the first line of security to his home. You just see a cat on the porch and you're like, oh, hi, kitty, and then it spits poison at you and runs off. Steel Lightning is an electric spear.
It is a great sword.
Yeah. I was hoping it would basically be a taser stick.
What's so great about it?
I mean, greatswords are pretty funny when you max out both the weapon speed from those flying enemies in the chapel and the greatsword mastery. Suddenly it has an actual attack rate. You could do damage per second instead of seconds per damage.
I like that. Okay, bye.
Player noticed their HP, and then that level was fucking next.
I ain't going to Sansopolis. Fuck that noise.
They already did Sandopolis, though.
I remember that being after the lava zone. Although the title card didn't come up, so I guess maybe we did?
Isn't Alfred the boss of Sandopolis Zone?
You are absolutely right, yeah. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's been a while.
Another thing about this game is we all have our orders through it, like a proper Metroidvania.
That's true.
And now we're back where things make sense, with the backer portraits.
I was wondering
I
why
will
we were
say-
here, and then I remembered.
I will say I do like this track.
It's pretty good.
Also, I found it interesting that they used that for the Child of Light trailer instead of, like, a track that would have been from her game.
Right.
Then again, I don't think that they would patch that music into the game anyway, so might as well use something you will hear playing as her in this game. I keep forgetting one of the backers just looks like one of the Doctor Who's. Only one I really remember is that really contemporary looking princess.
I remember the cat.
Well, we all remember the cats.
Just go heal. You're killing me.
Not even I'm this confident.
Ow.
It took the player that long to notice that that was their strongest katana. Oh wait, I think they were using the lesser katana to master its techniques. Because techniques are specific to a weapon until you master them.
Right. Or like a couple of weapons.
And it is kind of worth mastering the katana techniques because they have more techniques than any other weapon.
Holy shit!
Helm Crush! Actually, no, that's Haomaru's move, kinda.
It's Marco from Battle Fantasia.
That too. Someone mod Miriam into Battle Fantasia.
Hell yeah. Someone just remember Battle Fantasia. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. It's funny how that game's kind of forgotten, but it's deceptively important to the fighting genre.
Yeah?
It's like, that's where Capcom was like, wait, we can do 2.5D instead of full 3D?
Right, yeah. We have Street Fighter 4, in a way, entirely because of Battle Fantasia.
Although I do regret that means they ignored Slap Happy Rhythm Busters.
Yeah. But then again, yeah, a lot of people did.
Which is why even in Japan that game is worth a lot. It's sold little but amassed a cult following much later.
Actually, I think what's even sadder is it means they ignored Street Fighter EX, which is a Street Fighter game.
Well, yeah, back then people did not take kindly to Street Fighter EX because Street Fighter 3D, fuck you! You sold out, Capcom!
And yet they made 3 of them. It's weird.
I mean, it was successful enough to warrant it. But compared to, like, 2 or Alpha, yeah.
Well, no, yeah.
I just remember, like, people were bashing Street Fighter EX at the time.
Yeah, no, it had this weird reputation for a while. And then, I think, mostly overseas. And then, like, finally, after a while, people were like, man, the people who were talking shit about this game, they were just fucking full of it. This game's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Screw
I also
Attack.
I also find it funny that Frankie Yagami, of all people, is like, actually, the EX designs are really good. Which is something he has over Screw Attack, and that he has something over Screw Attack is something.
Yeah?
Or really anything.
I'm upset at just what I just witnessed. Like, this area sucks. Like, the way this whole, like, trying to do 3D and 2D together, unlike Battle Fantasia, was not very well implemented.
Yeah, I don't like how this level's designed. I like this track, I don't like traversing this level.
That reduces their constitution. Wow. I like how he drops the shield and then he stands straight up and, like, dissipates.
He's just questioning the choices he made in life before it leaves him.
It's just like, what the fuck just happened?
Of all weapons for me to use, the hitboxes on those gears have always been so weird to me.
Yeah, I think I mentioned, there was a part where you're supposed to just crouch through one of them, and I didn't realize that because it was so, like, touchy. So I, like, kind of just glitched my way like, forward, and then realized after the fact that I had gone the right way, but I'd done it the wrong method.
I love how frequently those paintings drop oak, because that gives you more gold than it should when you sell it.
Oh.
That is a early way to grind gold.
What if it dropped Professor Oak?
Then you would have to collect all the Pokedex entries on Pokemon, so even more completion in this game to be done.
I don't know, when I think Pokemon or Professor Oak, I always think of Pokemon Snap first. I think just because he's sitting there grading your shit and he's got voice lines for it.
Also, probably you fondly remember Snap more than the RPGs.
I mean, I like Silver, but,
And your opinion will probably change once I play Pokemon Red for you. You'll probably be like, how the fuck did this shit get popular?
Oh no, I totally understand, like... It's like that, there was that Super Mario World task that came out recently, that was just like, this game is great, let me show you the hundreds of ways it is broken as fuck.
Well, with me, you don't even need tools to break Pokemon in the way I plan to.
There's just this weird thing where it's like, if a game is well known enough, you can make it look like the worst programmed game in existence.
Yeah, that's why I love Symphony of the Night, honestly.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty, strung together, but it's a good game.
Even the log player of logplays.org is like, I'm gonna do the Sword Brothers glitch just for fun.
Oh yeah!
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that chair is alive. If you sit in it, you'll go flying into the ceiling and die.
Kind of a dick move.
I like how we went through all of that bullshit and then just left. Why did we do that?
Map completion.
But you did complete. There was still something over there.
Don't know.
Jesus.
There's something cruel about a melee attack lowering your defense.
The description is just like, yeah, kill them with the sword, dummy.
Damage enemies by attacking them with this blade.
She opens the book, it's like, how to kill a cyber demon? Oh, I better check this out.
Yeah, those weapons aren't going to be obtained until a little later.
So, I think by now you can buy the super jump?
Yeah, you have to upgrade the double jump. But you have to get the material from a very late game level, though.
Right.
Which is why that material does not carry over into New Game Plus.
It's a very odd design about, like, a game where enemies have contact damage and you have an attack where you just go flying into them.
You would at least maybe give the enemy a hit vel?
No, just either kill them or take damage.
This dragon just reminds me of the commander deck I built today, which is supposed to be dragon tribal, but so far I've only squeezed in room for 15 dragon cards, and I'm like, what do I cut?
That dragon just tried to hurl her into a wall and then missed and just sent her out of the room.
Yeah, that's why everyone hates it when they play Green Dragon and Soul Calibur 4. Like, they're even worse at ring-outing people than Hildy. Or better.
So, what is a green dragon in Magic? What does that look like?
There are several.
Does it like clone itself?
No, they're usually just worse than the other dragons because green is not supposed to have good flyers.
Ah. Yeah, green is anti-flight.
Yeah. And yet my deck needs it because I need to ramp lands in order to afford their fucked up mana costs. They say red's the best, but honestly I think blue has the best ones.
Blue's got the flyers, right?
Yeah. I'm just biased because that new card that just... It's a dragon that turns makes 2 copies of a non-creature permanent into dragon copies. That is such a silly card. Even worst case scenario, you're getting 2 extra lands that can hit people.
I just noticed we aren't using a familiar.
I noticed that in the video before. I was like asking if they're trying to just absolutely be bloodless. But now they're not bloodless anymore. I guess they're trying to be 10 count. Maybe the player forgot about familiars after that bloodless cosplay.
I mean, they just picked up a familiar shard. They should be like, hey, wait a second. You know, like I just did. I think they're just trying to minimize their damage in a weird way.
We want to show off everything, including the common enemies. Oh yeah, there are like these optional mini-bosses of sort.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, those rooms typically have a mini-boss in them. That one doesn't?
That room is strange.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see them, but, Homunculus.
So, we're reading about a sociopath. That would be great if this somehow tied into Shadow of Destiny.
I picked up a shard today. It was awful.
Don't forget this digipad, Miriam. Don't get stabbed. Yeah, the player fought this boss much later than I did.
Yeah, no, this, I think, you can access much earlier.
Black dragons in Magic are pretty good, and mostly everyone remembers Kokusho. Because it's basically sacrifice, everyone loses 5 life, loop.
Sounds rude.
Yeah, that's why it was, like, banned in the earliest days of Commander. And they realized, oh, you can do much more disgusting shit in the format, better unban it.
I think if I had any interest in Magic, it would be like watching you and like Yoshi try to like out bullshit each other.
Oh god. I would love to torture Yoshi with my break the rules of the game deck. Where I just turn Magic into sad claps.
In a way, maybe that's just something I would do. It's like, I would play not entirely to like not to win it all, just to see the stupid engines that you have just in action. Be like, I'll just play some creatures, and you're just like, alright, I'm gonna do this for the rest of infinity. Okay.
Oh, that's a pretty... Oh, that's a pretty cool creature. Well, I'm going to set up this engine and have more creatures.
They're mine now.
Although, now I'm making it sound like I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead.
I got a lot of use out of this
Oh
thing.
wow, it was so powerful it blacked out the screen and distorted time.
Destroyed the camera, Miriam.
That one is really good if you're soul grinding, shard grinding, because you go into the room where the enemy is, kill them with it, then leave if you don't see the screen flash.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I misread the name as Time Splitter. Every time she does the move, she goes, "I'll slice you up."
How do I do her see you in the future, cocksucker move? I just noticed the sky outside is pink.
God, I don't recognize that text because I, like, never bothered with this shit. Oh my god.
Yep, now we can Easton.
Wow. Does that freeze time?
Yeah, it pauses when you do the startup
Wow.
and the attack. Pretty useful. That's a velocity move that does work in this game engine.
Yeah. Just a little.
Back to this track that really reminds me of Crucified by Army of Lovers.
Anyway, I think we're talking over it. There was that thing where, in order to progress through the game, you had to go invert inside the fucking awful 3D tower area.
Yeah, to get the Aegis plate, which protects you from the spikes, just like in Symphony of the Night with that church level with the spikes.
So stupid.
Although I guess this time, I guess they didn't really... It would have been ambitious to have those 3D spikes be knocked out. Hi Agent 47, I didn't know you were a backer.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, we're wearing matching hats now. It would have been funny if, like, the backer portrait's faces changed when you used invert. Like, they just go, what the fuck?
His hat falls off.
So yeah, this level. Now we're in Asia?
Yeah, I don't know.
How big is this castle?
We're in an Asian-themed cave. That's a lab?
Of the many underground labs in the game, this one takes the cake for weird.
Get the monkey away from me.
Is the player really waiting for the monkey to just die from poison? That's kind of mean.
I was gonna say stupid, but, you know, either or.
Both. Oh yeah, it's one of those murderers that you must make dead!
Oh, yeah.
I love that regardless of voice track, that lady's always hype.
Yeah.
She should be playable in the next update.
Yeah, no, why can't we play as her yet?
Every time she loses, like, a shard or a technique, she's like, I'll kill you dead! Actually, they should make her even more awesome. Just make her a pugilist character, considering she does that knuckle bumping thing.
Why did we take damage from... Oh, whatever.
Contact damage. Also, yeah, we have wing catalapuses in this game. I don't think this is the Catablapus, though, in name. I think it's named something else.
It gives you the flying meat, though.
Yeah, which is extremely rare, and is used for a lot of the late-game recipes.
What if you kill
I
13 of those murderers dead?
I don't remember what the ball pit balls that pop out of enemies when you do the E-Sin are for.
What? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, there's like just a bunch of stuff that drops out of them sometimes. I don't remember what that's for. Also, those Catablapuses drop the thing that you need to upgrade your double jump into the high jump.
Ah.
Which is rare, and also the only material you cannot bring with you to New Game Plus for obvious reasons. So yeah, I get used to killing a lot of those Catablapuses.
Also just used for, like, food, like the flying meat. Like, there's just
Yeah.
actual recipes that use it, and, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff that stuff is used for, and so little of it you'll actually get.
That can only be used with one weapon that is absurdly powerful that you get for doing all the "kill those murderers dead" quests.
I like the pose she strikes whenever she's yelling.
Yeah, before this horrible, life-extinguishing scream of despair, have a JoJo's pose.
She's like, I'm gonna do some opera.
It's the Helen scream.
Oh my god.
I hate this.
See, each one of these gates has a specific place it teleports you to, but also the opposite end of the gates also teleports you to different places.
Yeah, if you're not careful, those ninjas can rack up a lot of damage on you quickly.
And you're just teleporting around, so you're just gonna run into shit.
It's like one secret area that you have to access through those things, and it took me forever to figure out how to get there.
Yeah, I forget what the method was.
So yeah, this is the Catablapus grinding room. Oh, they got a flying beef pretty quickly.
I love it. It's just beef. Like, it's just fucking meat, but it's flying meat. Oh yeah, some portal shenanigans for no reason.
I'd make a joke about how much better flying meat is than regular meat, but I don't even like the taste of regular meat.
Heathen.
You heard it all right here, folks. ARPA, of all people, is a vegetarian. I'm glad we sent to another room just to get a rose. We needed that MP that we spent.
refund on our stupid teleport.
So I think those things give you augment strength, which, yeah, you don't need any explanation on why that's a good thing to max out. The fact that the yellow shards, when maxed out, just become passive shards that you don't have to equip anymore, but if you do equip, you get double the effect.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty nuts.
broken. I love it though.
This game allows you to basically go hog wild.
You have to work for it, but at least working the reward is worth it.
Yep.
All of a sudden you hear GLaDOS being like, please stop this.
You are fucking stupid.
This isn't brave, it's stupidity. Imagine getting like spanked in the ass over and over with an electric katana and then having your blood stolen.
I can't say that's very relatable to me.
Why is this player suddenly a mimic sympathizer? I mean, there's some merit to the low damage output. You gained like a sixth of your life points back with Bloodsteel there from all the stabbing that Catablapus went through.
I suppose.
Talk about bleeding like a stuffed pig.
Yeah. Cow.
Yeah, in that case.
Oh god.
That
Woke him
ninja
up.
was not happy about that. I didn't even know that was a thing. That is an interesting attention to detail. That shuriken, by the way, really good red shard.
Yep. Oh,
It is just as
throwing shit at the
powerful.
floor. That's fucked up.
It's even more powerful than it was in Portrait of Ruin, which was that player's go-to in the long play, if you recall. Also, yeah, their armor pieces that they drop are pretty good too. Although we're wearing the Valkyrie armor, so I don't think we're going to be worrying about other armors for the rest of the game.
When he does that spell, he just like kind of kneels a little bit and suddenly fire.
His voice sounds strangely like Hanzo's from Samurai Showdown.
Tuh.
I'd recommend blood stealing right now, because look at this bloodbath you have going on. And... oh man. If only that player had that blood drinking katana on them, because that player would probably have it to its max level by now. And we'd finally see damage. Is this the Mike Dawson in the bathroom moment?
This is waiting for Mannerism.
Oh.
There's a teleport right here, but you know what? We're gonna wait to get some lifesteal.
Deep down inside, she still is bloodless.
Miriam, do you think you're taking this cosplay a little too seriously?
I need more blood.
She's a witch! Kill that murderer dead!
Oh yeah, she actually, like... is like, thank goodness, player, whenever you rest at low health.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine the Kill Those Murderers Dead lady and Bloodless in the same room? Well, frankly, I disagree. And I disagree with you!
I disagree with your life.
She throws her Scarlet Breast projectile, but it gets scared of Kill the Murderer's Dead lady and goes the other way. I'm glad the player basically turned that wall into an electric fence. And it's just like, no fucking fair, you get to go through the wall and I can't. Okay, apparently that cat's thing is it farts.
It's using Felicia's, like, weird sand powers from MVC2.
Yeah, when's it gonna do that sandstorm super?
Why wasn't it dressed like a nun when I first saw it?
Yeah, why doesn't the cat greet me with happy, happy, joy, joy?
God.
And where's all the fan fiction that pairs it with John Talbane? Was the cat literally just nodding its head at Miriam there?
Just like,
And that's it.
alright, yeah. So electricity seems to just add on, like, 1 extra damage.
The electricity scales with, like, int or something?
Just straight back.
What is with the graffiti, the confetti effect?
It just looks like, yeah, like she just got a new red shard, but it's just like, no. I need to inferto my health.
Oh, it's a tornado. Oh no, the cat is kamikaze.
Oh, it's Stray Cat.
I was going by its name.
Oh.
It hasn't unleashed its most devastating attack yet, picking Condor and Breaker's Revenge. Oh my...
Yeah.
Koko desu ka?
Basically.
Don't pick this guy in SVC Chaos, got it.
The sliver of health, yes, thank you.
Oh, what did Mr. Karate ever do to you?
Kicked my ass is what it did.
This is for the max mode loops.
This is for being overpowered in King of Fighters 13.
Oh yeah, this is where you get all the just so many food materials here that you can only get from the treasure chests here. So this is like grind central, basically, between the Catalapis and the treasure chests.
Yeah, remember this is a point where I like stopped being interested in grinding, even though there was just like a lot of things that I wanted to get here.
So now we're doing Bikin's instant kill.
Complete with blood all over the screens, which is pretty cool.
And when's Strive gonna have instant kills?
I'm just wondering when this lady's gonna have MP regen because she desperately needs it.
Yeah, I am not used to seeing MP run low in this game.
Yeah, no,
because
there's
it was
plenty of food you can cook that negates this problem. Actually, I think that's maybe one of the few things I did with this area is grind what I needed to in order to increase MP regen because it's insanely useful.
been a while since the player got a shard.
A type of concealed throwing weapon.
I guess it is concealed when it's literally like coming from the crystal formations that are developing on your body. Unless you're the type of shard bearer that bears all.
I'm sorry, I read the first part of that, like, Miriam? Yeah, she slept in. Fucking asshole.
Inconsiderate child. Rude. How dare you, you stupid disciple! I love that because this is a video game, she's completely nonplussed by what she just read.
She's just like, yeah, sure, I heard all of it.
I know I sleep in all the time.
やはりあなたはシャードリンカーを許せないの。
無論。だが今はそうではない。お前の力を見たいだけだ。
私にはあなた
I am here to give you more bosses.
Dumps a bunch of arrows on the ground.
戦いからしか得られぬものもある。悪いが本気で行かせてもらう。
I'm not here to end you, Miriam. We're love interests, maybe?
I have no idea.
So yeah, this is a lot easier than the first time. Because you have all these techniques and he doesn't. He does, however, he does account for the fact that you can invert, so he gets a new anti-air throw.
Yeah, certain bosses actually change their moves whenever you invert, which is really funny.
I mean, they kind of, I guess, had to do that to prevent you from trivializing everyone.
Yeah.
It's still really fun attention to detail.
Yeah, because it isn't just like they made moves that, like, work around it. They just made moves specifically for it. Now he also has Lightning Sword.
When's he gonna do the Ice Sword and start stacking Hyper Armor buffs on himself? Silver Samurai MVC2 reference.
I mean, if he did that, he wouldn't be able to actually get low.
I mean, in MVC2, he does have lows.
No.
Actually, he's pretty...
What?
My ultimate attack! Fuck the engine!
How can you fight if you can't see?
I get the feeling there's a reason he usually does that to anti-air you. As opposed to do it on the ground. So if you just do Bloodsteel right now, is Miriam just gonna instantly get fat?
There's some people would like the game a lot more if that happened.
Oh god. Let's see, DeviantArt, Fat Miriam. Nah, just kidding, I'm not that stupid.
Just kidding, I don't need proof that exists. Speak of the devil.
DeviantArt, Fat Catablapus. That? Never mind. That was literally all the blood that was just stolen. And then some.
It has the effect of being hit by Jettis throw. I never really parse the fact that she's just like, alright, I'm a vampire now, fuck him.
That's the player's style.
No, I just mean like Miriam is just like, I have the ability to absorb blood and heal from it. Like, no matter whose blood it is.
That bloodless lady made it look so fun.
I want to bathe in blood too.
Miriam, I'm afraid we have to talk at length. Do you like my new voice? Miriam.
I changed my voice. Did you notice?
More like, I changed my voice. Did you notice?
It's better than the Japanese one, I guess.
That's why she delivers the food quote the way she does. Did she just... She got grabbed by the icicle?
I don't know.
I take it they did not test if that move was used on a grounded Miriam.
It doesn't look like they just tested it at all.
I love that I was joking about the Silver Samurai ice buff, but it looks like we got it.
Yeah. Where's Ice Beam?
Is he gonna be like, the hammer of judgment shall rain down upon you, and then shoot out a bunch of ice dragons? And then Goldman's like in the, like right there in the background being like, yes. Wait, Goldman did have like a Japanese themed room in his office in 4, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Friends, I'm a weeb.
I will destroy and hate all exorcists.
Only shardbinders can control their fate. You're nothing.
What?
もうやめましょう。
The poison.
本気を出していない
Oh.
これ以上戦えない。
さすがに見抜かれていたか。
どうしてあなたほどの腕なら私なんて。
If you're because you're played by this player, yeah, but if ARPA was playing you, fuck no. This is awkward.
れは
I was about to ask you that when you were staring at me, Miriam.
And then you slash the sword at me like an asshole. I just gave you a sword. Like, what?
I'm sorry, I thought the dialogue system worked like in the CDI Zelda games.
でもどうして私に
Because you have main character powers, this allows you to kill bosses.
Great.
避けられてるってこと
まず間違いない。そして気づいているか、ミリアム。ジーベルという男。
Remembered what I did to her in the 8-bit game.
支配されているぞ。だがそれも完璧ではないようだ。見たことがあるはずだ。奴の支配が弱まる瞬間を。
そういえば船で会った時に
やはり間違いないな。お前とジーベルの絆は奴の支配を超える。
Which is why you have to kill the moon.
グレモリーは必ずジーベルのそばにいるはずだ。
Don't worry, the moon regenerates, just ask Sonic Adventure 2.
ちょっと待って。私と一緒に来てくれれば、あなたが切るチャンスもあるはずよ。
ここまで避けられているのだ。俺が行くことでグレモリーが現れぬ可能性がないとは言い難い。俺はどんな手段を用いても奴への復讐を。
Also, how do you like these stickers? I've been trying to hide my chest wounds with them.
俺には別に
You didn't do a very good job.
I covered up one of my nipples so I can be
あな
decent.
たの思い。
重いか。
It is unfortunately required by law in this game that I have big breasts too, even though I'm a guy.
ブラッ
There's a save room right outside that room. What the fuck?
Just imagining, like, this in a social context. Like, you just have, like, this serious moment of respect, and then you just drink the guy's blood right in front of him, off the ground. He's like, and you wonder why I want to kill all you fucking shardbinders. What the fuck was that?
I didn't even register the fact that was his blood. I was just like, she just like, I'm just gonna drink blood as a response to this conversation ending. But that's even more fucked up than I realized.
Thank you for telling me important plot details. Drinks your fucking blood off the floor. Oh, that was a good talk. I'm hungry though. Bloodstained.
He's just like, you want a fucking straw? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure, even by vampire standards, those are not considered good table manners. Here's my latest song, Marion. Why the fuck did you drink your friend's blood right before his very eyes?
Oh my god.
Great, this playthrough has just made it headcanon to me that Miriam is an absolute freak. Oh, we're the room of our role model. A few Eastons for respect. I made a new friend today, Bloodless. I strengthened our bond by drinking his blood off the floor right in front of him. Although he seemed less friendly to me and more weirded out. Miriam, I'm dead.
Oh my god.
I really hope every post-boss conversation this just happens.
Yeah, I want that to be at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's the real ending. Like, we just reflect on all the tragedies that have happened, and then she's just like, Bloodstained! Then he's just like, Miriam, we have to talk.
The game over screen in Symphony Night just says, like, let us go out this night for blood!
Is that why Alucard had all these ellipses to start his every conversation? He's just busy drinking blood off the floor? that explains why Maria is so off-put by him.
That's... Oh my god.
I'll answer your question, but first, Dark Metamorphosis!
What were her last words? Dark Metamorphosis! I don't believe you, son.
Son, what the fuck? You're drinking your own dad's blood. Do you realize this? Darkling, I smell your blood. You've been drinking a lot of it. Are you a vampire?
Just like, you're a vampire? Dark Metamorphosis. Oh, I mean, you could have just said yes. Oh my god. Imagine Soma having a conversation with his fucking girlfriend, and then he does that. Just like, I might be the reincarnation of Dracula. Bloodstained!
Just drains the blood that has been seeping from fucking Yoko's stab wound.
I mean, it's like, I don't know if we should be together anymore.
But I've made so many pacts with the devil for you. She walks away faster.
Oh my god.
Ricardo, what's going on? Why is the Celia lady after me? Why are you drinking blood off the floor?
Oh, what is that dude's name? The guy who died, and then she was like, during the sequence break.
Dario?
Oh, Dario, yeah.
Now that you tasted the power of so many shards and people's blood.
I'm here to drink blood and nothing else.
Swore to you that I would drink the blood of every living being on the planet.
Speaking of blood, nice hat.
Oh god! Female Caleb dressed in white.
Get off my castle.
I feel like blood would be a much easier game if you could just drink all the blood that you spill in that game.
It's gonna be a lot harder if everybody had guns.
Yeah, you had to fight a bunch of people going, Madalat Fale!
But a lot funnier if they all had dynamite and they just kept blowing themselves up.
I mean, the Alfred boss fight is about as cheap as those Hellhound ambushes. So, yeah, if you kill this guy, you get a bad ending. If you've already had that conversation with Zangetsu and kill him, you get an even worse ending that implies that Miriam's been possessed.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
but then if you refrain from killing him and wait until a certain phase comes up, then you get to progress. Oh, at least his throw works.
Yeah.
By the way, in the dub, this guy tries to sound like Liquid Snake. I don't think it's the voice actor, but you could definitely tell that that's the voice he's trying to go for.
Oh, it's red.
So yeah, my first time, I was so broken I accidentally killed him before that moon had a chance to appear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he just fucking runs in, catches it, and he's like, bye!
She's like, I can teleport too, fuck you.
Yeah, that just fucking happens in a blink, and it's just like, alright. Oh, and he fucking... And think he dies anyway?
Yeah, he does.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, only you could save him. You fuck up at that. I got the results of the test back. I definitely have crystals.
How am I going to drink your blood if you're a crystal?
Oh god, is the player gonna drink his blood after the cutscenes? Oh wow, is that actually like a reference to Order of Ecclesia, where friggin' Shinoa's brother is like, can I see you smile one more time before I pass on?
Who knows? I noticed there's a lot more emotion in the Japanese voice acting.
Yeah. I could see why the player picked the Japanese script. Well, the Japanese dub. Because it is better in a lot of areas.
Which randomly just got stolen by that old asshole.
Gremory will be after him too, to just sit down with him and be like, what the fuck is your actual plan? Please Bloodsteel, please Bloodsteel.
Wow. I will honor your memory forever by stealing your blood.
I love how she just stopped right next to Johanna's. Like, you see this shit?
Oh, there's the thumbnail.
The thumbnail. Oh my god, her... Yeah, those tits are big. She's like, oh, you destroyed my moon, you fucking dick! And Miriam's only reaction is, that moon didn't have blood to drink.
If it doesn't bleed, how can I drink its blood? Anyway, yeah, by the time that I had gotten to this point, I had completely forgot about the funny, like, red moon room, because it happened so early. So,
yeah.
Like, I had no idea how to progress, and I had to look it up again. I had to do the same thing with the spike armor in the tower, because it's just, like, such a random thing to remember.
I tried throwing a poison potion at her before the fight even started. Somehow it didn't work out.
I love it, he threw a poison potion at you, like, as soon as you start talking to him. Sorry, instinct.
実はお前と戦った後、俺はドミニクがしきりに戦わせたがっている錬金術師と話すことにした。話してみて、俺の懸念が当たっていたことが分かった。
懸念って？
結論として、ドミニクが俺たちを操って、
Yeah, she's evil.
企んでいると判断した。
But she swore on her tits that she wasn't evil.
本当にロガイスの書を確保したいのなら、お前と共闘し、先にジーベルを倒せばよかった。
I love that he's actually questioning video game logic.
戦力を分断して、アルフレッドを追わせていたことに、そもそも。
But I am pretty stupid, so.
現に奴は我々の邪魔はしていない。
ちょっと待って。彼は私の邪魔をしているわ。
His poison got in my way.
I'm not sure about you, but his boss fight was fucking annoying.
なぜ？理由がわからない。
Miriam, I'd have fight him without shards. What do you fucking think?
さ 最適合者。
結晶を移植された人間の中でお前が最も悪魔の力を使えるということだ。だからこそここでお前が利用されることを恐れたのだ。
So it used every trick in the book, including attacking you before the fight.
ドミニクを信用しているお前たちに本当のことを話しても簡単には信じまい。それにお前のことだ。信じたとして引き下がるとは思えんしな。
それは
I am pretty stupid too.
一体何を。
Everyone in this universe is stupid.
本人に直接聞くしかあるまい。
By the way, at this point, she's somehow just keenly aware that you know that she's evil, and we'll have a new shopkeeper from now on.
Yeah? Stop posing at me.
By the way, Alfred, do you have a bleeding wound on you by any chance?
アルフレッド。
Alfred is like, what the fuck, and then dies.
アルフレッドは死ぬ覚悟でここに来た。
Did he call her over just to be like,
その死
sorry,
を無駄にせぬためにも
I?
Yes!
全てを終えてからだ。
そうね。
I love how casual this game is about killing off the supporting characters from the 8-bit game.
Yeah.
ならば即
So, in rapid succession, both Alfred and Giebel are fucking dead.
奴はこの先にいるが、空間を使いどこにでも移動できる。
また。
Although, their canon doesn't share. They're completely alternate realities.
Yeah, yeah. It's just very strange.
普段の奴なら通用せんが、奴は俺が残月刀を持たぬことを知っているがゆえの。
It's like Dead Rising 2 to Off the Record.
その隙をつけ。
Oh god, that's a connection.
まず俺が先に行く。頃合いを見て、後から来てくれ。
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna ask that AI thing next. Miriam in Dead Rising.
I was just thinking about like the Off the Record trailer is like, what would I do differently? Bloodsteel!
わかったわ。
I don't think that's a good idea to do in that game, though.
I mean, he's already
Oh.
infected. He can't get any worse.
That's true. Now I have to take even more Zombrex. Zombrex Steel.
I have to take Vampire Rex too. Vampire Rex?
Imagine if Dead Rising got its own countdown vampires.
Anyway, welcome to, fucking retread zone.
So, wait till y'all see. Well, you already see a hint of what this reskin of the level you transition from gimmick is.
Yeah, it kind of takes you a second, but then you, like, notice, like, the large torch and the large chest, and it's like... And then you realize, yeah, instead of inverted castle, we have, tiny, huge castle.
I was gonna say, which huge chest? Miriam's or that treasure chest?
Damn it. Where do you think she stores all that blood she steals?
Oh no. Are we going into forbidden territory?
No, I'm gonna drop that right now. I'm for bringing that up.
Daniel, have we crossed the line?
So,
House of the Dead 3.
oh yeah. So I think the giant enemies have the same shards as their regular versions, but they have
Some do, some don't.
right.
It's
Yeah.
weirdly selective. I know this because I got all the shards. Including the shards from the really convoluted enemies that you have to face. Like that fucking curse guy from the train we probably mentioned.
The jump scare guy. Yeah. That was fucking shit.
That is the one yellow shard I did not bother maxing out because fuck that.
I barely bothered to even get it, considering, like, that fight was just, like... I couldn't figure out, like, what the fuck was going on. It was just like, why am I just dying? It's such a weird concept.
Yeah, if he makes eye contact with you, you get cursed and take damage.
Because there's no setup for it. It's just like, you just start taking damage, you're just like, why? Like, what is he hitting me with? What is he doing? It's like, oh, you're looking at him. It's like, well...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I almost died my first time too.
Oh, it took me several tries because I could not figure it the fuck out.
It's like, oh god, I'm dying, and then I just immediately killed him to stop it.
Yeah, like, I didn't have that much strength. Wasn't as busted as you, it seems.
You weren't. We could release the toad!
I think you actually grind a lot more than I did, though.
Yeah, I was more doing a completionist, well, not completionist, but sort of just see what I can do run.
I think you maxed out a lot more of those passives than I did.
Yeah. I had, like, the dagger mastery, the katana mastery. I definitely had the luck augmented. And the gold.
But I do like that, yeah, it just gives you room to, like, be crazy if you want to.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of grinding, but they reward you for it, which is good. Like, it's not just Circle of the Moon, where it's like... Ugh.
And yeah, these guys still don't have shards. I will not get over that. Like, there's not a good reason, as far as I can tell, why they don't. They just don't.
That just stands out as so weird to me.
Because, like, every other enemy does, aside from a couple of special ones. As far as I know.
Yeah.
It's like NPC boss fights or whatever don't. It's like, sure, but... The fucking... Like, why doesn't that basic enemy have... It's so weird. Oh, this guy.
So, yeah, this guy, so basically, yeah, he's almost always going to be faster than you unless you have that one book from Alucard. So what you do is just cheese the race with this.
Yeah, I imagine there's a couple of strategies you can use. I didn't bother to do this at this point. I think at this point I was just willing to beat the game, and then I was like, if I want to, I'll come back and do more. Which I did, but, like, I never come back for this. What the fuck?
He died from disappointment. Okay, so now we can do that's the Sonic Dash.
Oh, that's Black Panther.
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing to say now that there's, like, a Black Panther movie and that people know of.
I was gonna say, there's been Black Panther for a pretty long time.
Right,
It's just that, yeah, now that there's the popular movie. Kind of amazing that it took so long for a Black Panther movie to even happen, but... Movies.
Or so it's kind of sad, but in the I think it's a sign of some good things. That we finally got one.
Wish they'd bring back Blade.
Yeah. Blade was fun. These really stupid movies, but they were fun.
They were like absolutely popcorn flicks.
Absolutely, yeah. They featured a cameo from my other favorite movie, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the first Mortal Kombat movie is a really good popcorn flick.
Yeah.
When a movie is good enough to actually inspire the game it's adapted from. Although,
Seriously.
in Silent Hill's case, that was for the worse, because I don't like the movie Pyramid Head design as much as I do the weird original.
Yeah.
Where he had, like, where he was gaunt and he had webbed fingers.
I do like the way he was utilized in that movie. In the sense that, like, it was just a really cool cameo, but it wasn't a good idea for him to become popular because of that.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I do like that he just showed up to skin a person alive in one of the coolest kills I've seen in a video game movie. And that's about it. And then the second movie, he just becomes Cheryl's Pokemon.
Oh god. Never saw that.
Don't. It's not even, like, funny bad.
The worst kind of movie is a bad movie.
Yeah. Although I might also be biased because that movie just shits on Silent Hill 3, which is one of my favorite games ever.
Ow.
I don't think the Silent Hill series has short enough videos for MIC watch material, but I do gotta, like, show you my playthroughs of these games someday. I just have to practice because those games have you practically glued to your map because of all the false doors.
Right, yeah, no, from what I remember of the first one, like, the school that basically became a Dead by Daylight map, like, that looked like a fucking nightmare to navigate in Silent Hill.
Yeah, thank God the map system is as good as it is in that series. Because of all the, like, window dressing doors, which were supposed to just be, like, fuck if we're gonna program all these rooms in this environment we're trying to make realistic. But it turned out to actually be kind of a really cool, like, symbolic horror ambience thing.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like the fog, how it was used to disguise draw distance.
Right, yeah.
And that just became one of the, like, best ideas in a video game ever.
I just remember Silent Hill, for as early as it was, had, like, insanely good, like, graphic usage. Like, it had a very good atmosphere for,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was PS1, the first one.
PS1.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you didn't have games, like, nearly that stylish on PS1. Most games were lucky enough to just, like, function correctly.
Yeah.
3D was starting out. That game was, like, really stylized.
For a 3D game, it aged so beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we should at least somehow bullshit the first Silent Hill in an MIC watch, though.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, because of all the cutscenes, the second and third games would be a lot harder to get a concise enough video for. And then the fourth game is just hard enough to stay awake for.
I've got something else on our plate for after this is done.
Oh, yeah. I like doing the Sonic Dash, but also being lost at the same time. Gotta go somewhere?
I have to go somewhere random, but fast.
I keep forgetting to actually use this because you can get Miriam's walk speed to be insane. And it's hard to get, like, hard to fully take in the fact that you can be a fast-moving character without a special ability in a Metroidvania.
Oh, yeah.
That, and I'm also just too addicted to backdashing. Okay.
I just really wish they had the high jump. That'd be so much easier for them.
Oh god. The high jump in this part is a blessing. And I hated that I didn't even realize that the high jump was a thing until after I cleared this level. It's like, I thought invert just replaced the high jump. No, it was there all along. I just needed a rare endgame ingredient.
Yeah, I remember getting pretty damn far before I figured that out. Actually, you might have found it first and then made me realize it was there.
Yeah, I found it, and then I'm like, there's a high jump in this game, and you're like, wait, what?
I think I just totally forgot about that, like, shard buying menu. Like, I just completely blanked on it, and it's like, oh shit, there's a bunch of stuff in here that's actually seems pretty cool. Oops.
Oh no, we just killed the giant rat that makes all of the rules.
pops up. He's like, I'm here.
Oh no. I was hiding! Its shard is make enemies want to kill you even faster. Imagine if there was a League of Legends character that just... Oh, I think there is one that drinks blood.
Oh, there's a few, yeah. At the very least, there's a good old Vlad. Blood Puns McGee.
I feel like even Vlad would be like, lady, you need help.
Lady, even I think you're a little nuts.
Miriam, are you nuts? What does it look like? Drinks all the blood off the floor.
What does it look like? Blood steel!
And a corpse can't blood steal! From now on, if anyone makes fun of me, I'll drink their blood just like that.
I was just thinking, like, how could you drink blood at a time like this?
She just scares Laura the fuck away by drinking blood in front of her. So yeah, this boss is easy enough to just make it a common enemy.
I do like also, every enemy here is like double size, but then this dragon is fucking huge, so it kind of just works to normal size.
I feel like a double-sized of this thing would just be like an entire dungeon to navigate.
Part of me thinks that there is something like that coming up, but I forget. Sorry, I'm really distracted by imagining if we added in, like, a rare win pose for Lucy, where she just starts drinking blood loudly.
Blood steals. Sherm getting blood stolen.
My blood!
Wallace, I'll tell you about your next mission, but first, blood steal!
Okay.
Jeez.
She read that out of a giant book.
Yeah, she must have had a lot of fun taking it out and putting it back in. I love that they made the bookcases giant.
Well, yeah, I think it's literally just, like, stolen rooms. Because I know a couple of these rooms I recognize, and it's like...
Oh, it's just... Yeah, it is an edit of... It is just asset reuse.
So, before... Well, we might actually be in this boss fight for a little while. I think he steals all your gold, and he becomes powered up based off of it?
Yeah, I wish I knew about that sooner, because I basically had to fight this boss twice.
Oh,
Because he got...
Yeah.
Yeah, he got all his health back because I was a gazillionaire.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. What I found out about this boss fight, I think you were there for that. He has no unique strategy if you invert.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, there's spikes in the ceiling, so obviously, you know, you can't invert. It's like, yeah, if you wear the spike armor, you can. So you can just stand in spikes and just kick the shit out of him.
Also, by the way, this boss was from the 8-bit game.
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, it is a cool enough design to use again.
He's pretty neat.
I kind of like the dub voice better, though.
Yeah. Oh, like the gold fell out of his, like, rib cage. Interesting. Didn't notice that before. Mostly because I had inverted everything and was kicking his ass.
Same. Interesting that the gold is kind of like representing how much life he has left.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice touch. I think, yeah, this is the boss fight where I got the most use out of the fucking bunny morphosis, like, Chun-Li kicks. Like, I think I just spent the entire fight just standing where his head was and just kicking.
Pretty sure at this point I had like everything I needed to be broken, just walk up to him and kill him. Or at least I tried to until that happened, and then I had to do it again. Yeah, with me, his gold ribcage was completely refilled. I'm just glad that shit goes away at the end of battle. You get all your gold back.
Right. Like, she got sick of it, was just like, fuck it, I'm killing you now.
I'm just gonna shoot you directly in the eyeball with my laser beam.
Never even touched that one. I have no idea if it's any good.
It has that thing where it's like, you feel like the resource is too precious to use, but it probably is really powerful. I haven't used it much myself because I have everything else.
I don't remember the dragon having an attack that does no damage. Just kind of kicks you around, or, you know, tail swipe. But I think she got hit against the wall and it didn't even take damage from that.
It's more adult damage, but I guess... I don't know. I don't really give this dragon much of a chance to hit me.
I think this is also an older version of the game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, this was before Bloodless was even playable.
Right.
Which is why the player had to cosplay her. It's interesting how many versions that this game went through, and it's still getting updates.
You know, the fact that it got updated is nuts. Like, I thought they were done with this game for a long time. And then suddenly it's like, oh, we have a new character just out of nowhere. I think it was actually on April 1st, too, that they announced that.
Yeah, it's like, with how ridiculous it sounded, you'd think it's a joke, but no, it's not.
Just like, oh,
It's
okay, why not?
It's the Fighting EX layer of Metroidvanias.
If they like doing that, they're just like, April 1st, like, I don't know how aware they are of that sort of thing, so it's like, suddenly it's like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna make, like, some serious releases in info dumps on April 1st. It's like, okay.
I do know that there's quite a huge time zones difference. It's like pretty late for me, but for a friend of mine that is an English teacher stationed in Japan, it's like basically the morning to him.
Right, yeah.
So it's probably April 2nd a lot of the time to them. And again, it depends on when they announce it.
Highly appreciate this thing's pain animation. It's kind of annoying thing about this area is it is very much feels like padding at this point, and it goes on for a long time, and it is not the final area.
It is annoying to get all the map squares for this too because of how big it is.
Yeah.
You're just constantly high jumping through everything. Okay, that was a slick use of that move.
This, I think, is also a skinned area, although it's pretty hard to tell.
Like, it does look similar to the underwater caverns, but like you have all that stuff like the frozen demons in the background. It's different enough
Yeah.
instead of like torches. Also, this is basically the final level of the game.
Yep.
It's so weird that it's an ice level.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah.
Only thing I could think of is maybe they're alluding to how the final layer of hell is actually like a frozen hellscape.
Oh, maybe. So, guessing we're not gonna see the extra fight.
Yeah,
I don't even know if we brought up already.
in case we haven't, it's that Alucard in the library guy.
OD.
It's time to kick Odie off the table.
Time to kick Orlok Dracul off the table.
Oh, I think they're trying to practice... Yeah, she has Moria's move.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so that open boss room, it would become like a closed boss room if you've explored enough of the castle to where he offers his last book, and you try to leave the game without it, and with it in your possession. He will be like, "You will pay for stealing my books."
Yeah, suddenly he becomes really upset about a very specific book. That I think... Oh no, it actually does... It has like 3 different books combined. I know one of them's like the walk speed one.
Yeah, something like that. Also, yeah, this is our shopkeeper now, the Slender Woman. This is another one where I like the dub better. I just imagine the voice actress was having the time of her life doing that voice. I cannot imagine having this much only this much gold at this point in the game because, again, I broke everything. You know, I've never sold shards in this game before.
No, it's like... Because you can only hold 9, I'm pretty sure. Which, like, 9 is where it's at its best. It does its most damage, or, like, has the strongest effect. So it's like... You're never going to have extras, so you're only going to sell ones you don't use, and I want to collect all of them.
I imagine if you've, like, already beaten the game, maybe that's a good way to, like, get extra gold for extra healing items. If you're trying to... If you're not, like, going for completion, you just want to beat the game as fast as you can.
Hi, Miriam, can you stop, like, running at me? Over the rainbow.
I mean, it's not a Metroidvania without references.
They do like their Wizard of Oz, don't they?
Yeah, we did have that Wizard of Oz library from Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
With the Tin Man, the Lion, and the fucked Scarecrow. And then Shmoo is just there for no reason.
Shmoo.
I really thought for a moment he was just going to say to create a cat.
You seen the other big cats in the castle? You want to make more of those.
One of them shoots poison, of course that was Alfred's doing. Are you telling me I'm a Mary Sue? No, I'm just saying you're the main character of this game, Miriam.
Blood would be spilled and then you would drink all of it.
All of a sudden, she just becomes a lot happier when she hears the words blood spilled.
It
どう
did.
しても儀式の流れを止められない状況での苦肉の策だったみたいだよ。
少しだけアルフレッドを許せたみたいね。
Now that he died, I forgive him.
I can't help but judge everything she does after a conversation. It's like, you found forgiveness for him, and then she leaves up and breaks a fucking lamp and leaves.
She's not a very polite individual. I mean, look at the bright side. She wasn't just suddenly drinking his blood.
Oh yeah, so the fight with OD fucking sucks and I hate it.
Unless you're broken like me and you could just walk up to him and shred him to bits.
I mean, I was pretty
Even-
busted, but I wasn't busted enough. He fucking sucks.
Yeah, he has Zephyr's move, except a lot more effective.
He just
Where he
freezes
just stops
time
time
and
with those
then
knives.
yeah. It's sort of
In
weird because
addition-
you like kind of expect it to be like, oh well, you can see where they are, but from what I remember, there's like no possible way to dodge them.
You could dodge them, you just have a split second to react.
Yeah, and there's like
And,
all over
yeah.
the screen.
And you have to like bait them to be in a good formation that you could just slide under.
Yeah, it's
So-
ridiculous.
We have cannons that spit out monkeys now. These axe guys, they have orichalcum, which they drop at a very rare thing. And you need orichalcum to craft the best stuff.
Oh man, we found the monkey guns.
That just sounds like an ape escape thing.
Well, it is a weapon in Time Splitters.
Yeah, it is. It's an absurdly broken weapon too, because of course it is.
Monkey bias.
Monkey privilege.
Oh, hello. I didn't know you were there. I never noticed that the cannon has hands underneath it.
I just noticed that now. Kinda hard to make out some details because these aren't like the highest fidelity models.
Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable that this isn't like a cutting edge game. This is just like a Kickstarter thing.
Right, yeah.
Like, it got a lot of crowdfunding, but crowdfunding pales in comparison to like normal video game funding.
Konami producing.
Yeah. I feel like though Konami wouldn't have the money to produce this game either.
Oh, I mean, not now, no.
We can't make you a game, but we could make you a pachinko machine. How about an NFT? Would you like an NFT?
Oh, good lord. Forgot about that.
Oh. The way times change, always for the worst. The wonders of growing up.
Oh, sorry, I was distracted by that armor being on fire.
So yeah, unless you're breaking the game, these enemies are also kind of over the top with their formations and what they do.
Yeah, this part's pretty tough. As you can tell, my build was sort of falling off by this point, but I still didn't have that much trouble with it. It just was actually trouble, as opposed to being completely trivial.
Yeah. I'm not used to seeing gameplay without a familiar.
It is
I
odd.
miss this. I miss the sword screaming like so much. So yeah, we have tracers, which if you don't look out, they're going to strike a very sexy pose that'll have to be changed for the sexier.
They'll get their own Wikipedia article about them, though.
These enemies rank the highest on Activision's diversity scale.
Oh, good lord. I want that so badly. Like, I want to get my hands on that so bad.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it bleed to death when used against Battle Craze.
I would have put all of Jansen's characters on that list and then be like, damn, why don't you hire her, Blizzard? Fuck.
Let's see, what does the diversity scaler think about, I just got question marks, does that mean anything?
It means it's great.
Is this player, like, grinding the tracers?
Tracer, I love Overwatch. I love that Overwatch.
I can't wait to play Overwatch 2, which we'll only hear about when Blizzard is trying to distract us from their latest sexual assault case. Or mobile game fuck-up.
I can't wait for the Overwatch mobile game.
Overwatch Immortal.
It's such a shame we didn't hear David Hayter say that. I just spelled out "you suck" using wards.
Her hand looks cell shaded for a moment there.
Yeah.
God, she has no torso. You may possess the blade now, but I have the tightest corset known to man.
ジーベルを操った悪魔。そして、残月から託された思い。私は、あなたを絶対に許さない。
Did she just say the dialogues in reverse?
Yeah, something about the way. Some sort of language thing, I'm assuming. I was
Oh,
noticing
yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah, there's the two different directions things are read from between the languages. Also, could somebody please get this moon unstabbed out of my head?
There's all these wards just kind of flatly in the background now. Looks really weird.
I guess they're supposed to prevent her from escaping?
I mean, it makes sense, yeah. I just that they look very thrown in as opposed to like put in carefully.
I'm glad she has Kusuragido's move on absolute crack. And that was her teabag projectile.
Now this fight, I definitely remember having different moves. If you're inverted.
Also, if you're using Zanget's sword, every hit's a critical.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm deaf.
I think that was one of her attack patterns from the 8-bit game too, just the moons that are going after you like death scythes.
I like the moon phases. I never noticed that.
Oh god, she pulled out... She's Scissor Woman.
Hey, says our walk art.
Yeah, I never saw that scissor attack before.
Oh, same.
So now, more 8-bit patterns.
I'll say,
Also,
the one thing this reminds me of is, Gunstar Heroes.
I may be mistaken, but I think this is a remix of the boss fight track from her.
Wouldn't doubt it.
It's been a long time since I played Curse of the Moon.
Oh, that's Jetta's super.
Except I wish it grabbed you, but all it does is, like, hit you.
I wish it would grab you and do a cutscene with a really poor camera angle.
Yeah. There was, like, the Salt and Sanctuary game I played through has like, giant scissors as weapons, and they're kind of dumb. They do a lot of damage and hit twice. Oh god, here comes... Yeah, this phase. It's like if I wasn't broken, this phase would be kind of tough.
There's another thing I barely remember.
Yeah, as you can see here, they only hit, sadly. Even though this game engine very much accommodates throws.
Relatively.
Yeah, in a manner of speaking. I wonder if later patches just remove the ground throw completely, which is why you never tried it on me until I inverted. Please observe!
What is that thing around her waist? Is like a gourd?
Her design does not make a whole lot of sense to me.
Because I keep trying to figure it out because I swear to god it just looks like she just has like a massive erection. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
It looked really fucking weird and I was like, well that can't be it. And then I keep looking at it, I'm like, I can't figure out what the fuck that is.
Oh god, she's Justice.
Oh Jesus.
So, yeah, now we can just teleport short distances.
Yeah, there were
Which is...
unlockables that were under, like, bridges in that Oriental Science Lab.
Yeah.
That require that, so have fun backtracking.
Also, it's how you get into the final room with the final boss. I wonder who could it possibly be? Obviously Alfred.
Yeah, yeah. He's just like, I wasn't sorry.
It's like that Captain America meme, but it's Alfred being like, I wasn't sorry.
I don't remember which meme you meant. I was just thinking, like, that's my secret cap. I'm never sorry. Hey, you want to pose off?
Let's compare breast sizes, Miriam. Look at how thin my arms are.
Yeah, this is such a weird thing. She, like, crystallizes, but, only half of her?
Now I have the scarlet breasts, Miriam.
It's, like, weird because it's implying that it's like, oh, it's not gonna go over her clothes, but it went over her leggings, so it's like... What?
Dominic, how does that not feel horrifically uncomfortable?
Is this like a Jiri in Street Fighter V thing, where it's like, we actually, originally there was just skin there, but we decided to put leggings on her?
Oh no. I mean, with this design, I wouldn't be surprised.
神の大
Because I'm
好物が
stupid.
悪魔に無残に殺されるのよ。本当に
You see,
神なんているのか
as
しら
I developed as a woman, my breasts would not stop growing. My back pain was severe, but they would keep getting bigger, so I'd pray to God to make my breasts stop growing, and yet they keep getting bigger, so there must not be a God.
私はその神と呼ばれる存在を憎む。だからそれ
It's kind of a really mundane plot point, really. Just like, my faith was shaken, so fuck God. It's like, wow, okay.
I disdain organized religion myself, and you don't see me doing all this shit.
まだ私も望む力を手に入れたわけではありませんが。
Also, look at her model on the bottom left. She is just dancing up a storm
今回
during
の
this
相談で足りるの
conversation.
でしたら、わざわざあなたを呼ぶこともないわ。
ジーベルの結晶では必要な悪魔を呼べなかったの。だから私の結晶が必要になった。
賢い子は好きよ。ただ、あなたの結晶
I like
が
that.
すぎた。だから、シャードを手に入れさせ、悪魔の力と馴染むように仕向けたの。あとは、ジーベルとの戦いで疲弊したあなたをグレモリーが支配するだけだったわ。残月さえ私を裏切らなければ。
彼は裏切ってない。
正直ここまで追い詰められるとは思いませんでしたわ。残念ですが、一番使いたくなかった切り札を
I activate Pot of Greed, which lets me draw 2 more cards. I was lying about it being my final card. Fuck you.
私の結晶と
Next, I play Jace the Mind Sculptor.
最強の悪魔
Jeez.
バイルを召喚します。
そんな無茶だ。
無茶かどうか教えてあげるわ。10年前にジーベルが生き残った理由よ。
ジーベルと何の関係が。
彼には私と同じエクソシストの血が流れていましたの。その血の力が結晶の
Again, this lady, like, needed us to rescue her at the beginning?
命を落とすに至らなかったの。今の私
She,
は
like, nearly get killed by a zombie or something?
結晶自体もコントロールしている。
It's all part of her long con?
I guess.
どんな強力な悪魔を召喚し、刺激できます。
Also, when did dashes become, like, emphasis
召喚が完了するまでまだ時間がかかる
markers in text? Like, that's like a recent thing.
それまでに私を倒せるとでも？
あなたは力の使い方を間違っている。力に溺れ、力の使い方を考えていない。
So now I actually get to see what her moveset is, because, I literally gave her no chance to attack at all when I fought her. I just walked up to her to the with the Kisagrim and killed her. Immediate second phase. So she has Mildred's move and a light whip.
She actually maxed out all of her whip expertise.
Poor fool. And then I realized whips suck, so now fuck God. It's interesting you could poison her even though most of her body is crystal.
Yeah?
Oh, I can actually hear her theme now.
What?
Okay, apparently she can just fucking do a Virtua Fighter wall bounce.
I don't know what that was.
I think she just like elbowed you into the wall.
But she was at the wall, so it looked really fucking weird.
So basically her moveset is she uses a bunch of shards.
Yeah.
This is a strangely upbeat song for a penultimate boss.
A little bit. It's a little dramatic.
こうなって仕方ありません。我が呼びかけ
You rejected my application to join the fighting game Dive Kick.
This boss fight is pretty fucking weird.
It's like they tried to do Chaos from Aria of Sorrow again, but now we have a House of the Dead zombie, a snake, and a cat.
I think, yeah, it's like a frog?
Frog. Yeah, frog.
Elongated
Of course.
frog and long cat?
Of course one of the heads is a cat.
Yeah, of course. So I don't think we're going to see the, any of the other content. Actually, we'll save that for the credits, because I think this game has, like, the longest credits I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's because of all the backers they had to credit.
Take that back,
Actually,
I think it's not as long as Sonic Mania's.
I was about to say, there's actually an even longer credits, Mighty Number 9.
Oh, right! I've heard about that.
Yeah, that is a game I kind of want to try to tempt you into looking into, just because to show the contrast between these two Kickstarter darlings and which one worked and didn't.
Oh, I'm totally down for that, as much as, oh, jeez. It depends on how long the video is, but we should totally do that.
に死を与えます。
I'll just say this right now, it certainly gave me memories of Mega Man X6. Also, I did not know that. I keep repeating myself because it's like, of course I don't know that these bosses have the tags. I didn't let these bosses fight.
I remember this one, I at least was in it for a while, but by this point you can just burn everything, so it wasn't like there was any real threat.
It's like, something about this final boss design is so anticlimactic.
Well, it's not threatening, it's just like 3 heads that are just kind of spinning in circles, and just it's like you're fucking fighting on poker floats.
It's like chaos, but half-assed. It's like, okay, we're gonna have chaos, but 2 cute animals and an old man's head.
Yeah.
Also, every once in a while, Dominique will like poke out and be like, "Hey, fuck you."
I like how we're permanently upside down, so she's always gonna be seen upside down. Not sure we did that for any reason other than to fuck with the cutscene.
I still think no Metroidvania boss concept will ever be as good as Symphony of the Night's final boss just being Dracula's chair.
These attacks are pretty wimpy too.
Yeah. This is another boss, interestingly enough, I could see you actually getting the medal for.
あなたに死を与えましょう。
Assuming this boss even has a medal, would you have time to pick up the medal?
I guess not. The lightning effect in the background looks super weird.
This whole background effect in general just looks stock.
I think I'm getting seasick from the constant motion.
You know what would improve this boss fight if all of a sudden Wheel of Fortune was there too? We did it, we defeated the most fearsome demon of all time.
A washing machine.
That.
Hi, Johannes. How you doing?
Wait, Johans, before we talk, I need to drink some blood.
信じていたのに残念だ。
え
そうだ。
I like how we came here.
え、全ての
Like, we didn't go to him to have this conversation. He used to wander in to the final boss room and be like,
師匠がやろうと
wow,
していたことを
poor Dominique.
代わりにやる。このために
Don't ask how I got through all that shit on the way.
Yeah, I know, right?
文字を刻んでいたんだ。これからロガエスの書を使い
I misread that as Echidna letters. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, did Tikal write that?
刻まれた絵の具文字と連動させ、城と悪魔たちを元の場所に戻す。
He said to destroy this castle, you press the X button.
さあ始めるよ。
You have to get all the emeralds and gems. Hey, look, a book. I thought he was just shoving it in her face.
Read this book.
You suck the ink out of these fucking books, you fucking thirsty bitch. Jesus. This game is so budget.
Somehow this is hardly a step up from the castle from Symphony of the Night. Wow, Miriam, that looked really fucking cheap, didn't it?
Why this camera angle for the ending?
終わったわね。
I question a lot of this game's funky directing style.
でも犠牲も多かった。
Oh yeah, Zangetsu just like, I don't know, he went somewhere.
残月。
No, he's okay. We'll see that soon enough.
Yeah, yeah.
どうこうできる状態ではなかった。
Most of the characters from the 8-bit game, they're dead.
師匠と残月は自らの信念のもとで戦
We
い
just got Sonic 06.
その誇り高き生き方は称賛に値するものだと
Not Dominique, though. She's kind of a bitch.
まだ悪魔の残党が残っている。悲しむのは全て終わってからだしね。
そういえば師匠が君の結晶の侵食を抑えている術式を見て僕にヒントをくれたんだ。
Like, stop fucking drinking
もしかしたら
blood.
結晶を完全に食い止める方法を見つけられるかもしれない。
本当に？
約束はできないけどね。
頼りにしてるわ。
Really? Well, I can't make promises, but yes.
帰ろう。
ええ。
There's a small chance this might fuck up. I guess it must have been patched in, but there would be a moment where she leaves Zanget's katana on the floor, and then suddenly somebody takes it and if you set the game up in the right way with the resolution, you actually just see him grab the katana out of the floor.
Yeah, so, with some other things that Bathin, there were some other things that we didn't see, like, a lot of optional boss fights that are hidden behind those keys, which, like, you have to do them in a weird order to see them and shit.
Yeah. There's like a slot machine that is ran by those bunny ladies.
Yeah, just a casino area, and there's just a slot machine. I never saw that one do much, just kind of destroyed it. And these all have like unique shards and shit too. the... What's his name? The carpenter guy?
Oh yeah, the painter that throws chiseled machine gun at you.
Yeah, his shard is one I got a ton of use out of. You just fucking rapid fire cleavers at people. It's ridiculous.
There's also the zombie Belmont.
Yeah, there's a fucking zombie Simon called the Revenant, which is pretty great.
And then... Oh, there's also that 8-bit level.
Oh, yeah. You do.
With extremely strong shards.
Yeah, you get funny shards that just, like, are very straightforward, like 8-bit zombie, where it just summons a zombie that walks forward. But if you max out the shard, you get, like, 9 of them, it does a ton of damage. And if you increase the shard level, it makes the zombie bigger. It makes it, like, as big as the entire screen. It's fucking stupid. And I love it.
There's also 8-bit Fireball, which is an even better version of the Shuriken.
Oh, yeah. And then there's a boss as well from the 8-bit games that, I think it was a final boss? I forget.
That was Grand Marie.
Oh, right. It was just a boss. But, yeah, it just had, like, this funny, like, fire pillar attack. I think it was also pretty damn good.
Yeah, that one was, like, totally based on Dracula. Final form.
Yeah.
Also, in the DLC, or if you pledged enough, you get to fight Iga himself as a vampire.
What? I don't remember this.
Yeah, there's like this Iga's special pack DLC that you can get for this game, and you get a boss fight with Iga.
Did not see that, damn.
I didn't know that myself until Game Freak Triple 20 pointed it out, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's also... Oh yeah, I should mention that, when you beat OD, don't you get to just, like, rent, like, all the books or some shit?
Yeah, you can have all the books, all of them. Also, OD will be he has, like, the Power Instinct lose screen going on with his face, where he's just wearing a bunch of silly shit on it.
Oh yeah!
And also, his dialogue is just extremely resentful of the fact that he's been defeated. Like, he is just passive-aggressive as shit from that point forward.
It's great because you're just like, man, I just forgot about the book. Damn, I'm sorry. He's just like, fuck you.
Hearing that voice actor just be an asshole is kind of great.
Isn't there, like, some commentary in the game? Like one of them's from, his voice? His dub actor? And he's, like, just being, like, sweet as hell?
I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't looked into that, though.
I remember hearing something about that.
I heard he's a really cool person.
Yeah.
Like, the fans were able to get him to voice act Alucard in a fan game. And let me tell you, hearing Alucard say, "I am Alucard," in his voice, that was sweet. That was great. Like, you're damn right you are Alucard.
Yeah, that guy's legit. Jet Boy and Jet Girl Incorporated.
I imagine there's like a lot of companies and stuff we haven't heard of before because they only had so much budget to shop around with.
Right, There's also, the Celeste room, which is just a room full of music boxes that play completely different tracks. Like, they actually have, like, you know, little music box tunes in them. And whenever you open them up, you could open up all of them at the same time and just play, like, a cacophony of fucking music. And then there's just, like, pictures of cats everywhere, I think?
Yeah, I think Iga's cat is one of them.
Yeah, and then if you sit in a chair that's in front of a table, there will be a spiritual version of Miriam sitting in the opposite chair. For some reason.
So weird. Oh.
It's very strange.
This fucking boss. Also, the blood's blue?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Also, where are the backer messages? Were those patched in too? By now, you'd have all these really embarrassing backer messages that I'm pretty sure by now all those backers would probably look at them and be like, wow, I did that. I
Clan
attached
Ego
my...
Raptor?
Oh, God, no. Let's look at all these... Let's see, all these embarrassing screen names.
Anime Limited. Invince Able 2024.
Dragon fruit must be one of the crafting materials. I'm glad it backed the game. Psychotic Rebel.
The Wangster.
I wonder how many backers were like fuckface or whatever and they had to like leave them out. Big Tobacco?
Batman.
The Sam. Gunsoul? Gerg the Nerd.
Making Ooh Jelly.
I've never heard of this swimming bird thing.
Bullwhip. Michael D. Hobbs.
Awa 2300. Oh, here are the backer messages. Oh, the mighty number 9 jab. Okay, what a wonderful night to have a curse is an okay meme to throw in there.
Yeah, for sure. Chad Belmont.
It sounds like a magic flavor text over there. There's Denitus Indifferent Emoticon.
Just Belmont. What the fuck is that message? What the
Should I be concerned? When are we gonna get Batman Forever names?
A.A. Ron?
Ryan the Viking? Kei Hattori as opposed to the Mugen author Keigen Juro.
Pinchy.
Tom the Iron Man Harvey. That's actually kind of cool. This is like the one horrible thing about crowdfunding is that you get credits like these.
And we get to read off all these silly names. Necrophage. I can't wait for that fighting game.
What anime did you lift that from?
All Skittles. Little
You mean-
Squeezy.
Obviously not Squeezy Jibs, sadly.
There was one just up there named that was just Kyle, and then another one that was just Kyle in all caps.
It's Kyle's big brother. Knob Yahoo! Oh shit, kamikaze. Oh, it's the correct spelling. Never mind, it's not kamikaze. He backs enough to have a Condor boss fight in the game. Fifth Dawn, I love that set in Magic the Gathering.
A Man in Flames.
That was like a bunch of backer messages all at once there. Okay, I misread Ahmed as anime salad. Okay, that backer message is cute. Also cute. There were some really cringe ones when I played through this, though.
Yeah, I think they're randomly picked.
We're just getting the wholesome ones. The mighty Gervano.
Lord 8-Track.
Could be on. Oh, it's 2 TDH. To do honest. I don't even know what the Outworn Buckler is.
Well, remember it.
I'm trying.
It's gonna be important later.
There'll be a quiz.
Whip, whip,
Angry
whip.
Mob of Steve.
Dual Duck?
Lore Raynark Tuck Out Snackula. Bam! 4,000. I like that it's formatted like a Dark Souls status ailment heads up.
Tom!
Did Black Harvest write that backer message there? Oh, we're back this.
Wow.
I was really expecting another crawl of backers.
And here's the PewDiePie camp. Whoa!
Oh no. So yeah, these. Of
The
course,
Shovel Knight?
I think that was supposed to be like the Shovel Knight developers.
Wait, why was there one that was Aqua Necklace JoJo? What the fuck?
Why are those names more interesting than the backer ones? Okay, I misread Tricrestus Tricest and I was about to have so many questions. Epic Games should be in a special fuck section. I'm sorry, but that client is so goddamn annoying. What a shit client. And yet it's the one that actually has the money to treat the game publishers better.
Alright, time for Zangetsu playthrough.
And then the Bloodless playthrough. And then the Child of Light. That was a game.
Yeah? Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I mean, the game definitely feels like a desire, like people just wanting a Symphony of the Night for the new generation. Yeah, you could say it kind of played it too safe. It's very derivative. But I'm glad the game existed, and I'm glad it turned out as well as it did, as opposed to Mighty Number 9 or Yooka-Laylee.
Yeah, no, I think at the end of the day, it's an incredibly good game, like, all things considered. Like, I'm glad that it was made. I had a lot of fun playing it. I would play it again if I had the time. And, if they keep going, which I hope they do, I'll play more of them. So.
There is a sequel in development, apparently.
Hell yeah.
That'll be something to look forward to. Also, there's a sequel to the 8-bit game already, and apparently Dominique's one of the good characters.
Oh dear.
Alternate realities and all.
I'm sorry, why was fixing Pot of Greed a related video to this?
Is it because I said Pot of Greed?
It heard you.
It heard me make the fucking Pot of Greed joke, oh no.